Hi guys, it is currently 3:11 p.m. on Wednesday. Um, I had a phone call and then I had my virtual therapy, and I know I'm doing the right thing. So ultimately, I released more tears after that, and I went in my rocking chair, which is now, I mean, I could have always sat in it, but I'm just saying it's now inviting because I've been working on my room, and I decided to sit and rock and look out the window, which, believe it or not, that's huge for me to even take that time, you know. And I came up with a couple plans, which always makes me feel empowered. So, one of them is I'm going to create, I probably won't call it this to my daughter, but it's like a social story with my daughter of, like, we're going to write out what she can do, you know, if she, you know, wakes up, like, what are some self strategies she can employ. And truly, it's truly not about me. It's about her and empowering her, not, you know, leaving her to fend for herself, empowering her, you know. And so I'm excited about that because I truly do want to scaffold and help her help herself, you know, I really do. Another thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the magnesium gummies. I was like, if I get the TV turned off by 7, or like that can be the goal, not like necessarily a hard and fast rule, but just kind of a goal. And I take if I get in a habit, yes, I'm starting a new habit because I've got to figure this out. If I take the gummies, actually, I don't even have to wait till the TV's off. Let me think about this. I could set an alarm on my phone, a timer on my phone for 7:30 to take the gummies. And then by the time we go upstairs and it's like time to brush my teeth and stuff, they'll already been eaten. Because that was always my thing, is how am I going to do this after I've already gotten ready for bed? That's what I'll do. And that way I'm supporting my body and my nervous system to get settled down for bed. So then hopefully I can drift off peacefully to sleep, which I desperately need. And I do realize that today I probably wouldn't need it because I'm so exhausted, but this isn't the pattern I want to live. You know, I don't want to be like, I finally got a good night's sleep because I was so exhausted I passed out. Remember, we're trying to stop the passing out, you know? But that makes me feel really like I'm doing something about it. I'm doing something natural, but that can actually help. And I think it's going to help my brain and body kind of to be like, I'm scaffolding myself, just like I, help my daughter and stuff. So I'm also reminding myself that she's going to be off school soon. And I'm very tired from today. From last night. And that's okay. I can be very tired. And as long as I keep my temper, I can be tired. And she might want me to be, extremely energetic. But there's cause and effect. And it's truly not a matter of guilt or blame. It's just that's how it works. And it feels like this is not a double-edged sword, a win-win. Because I'm doing something to help her. And then I'm also doing something to help myself, hopefully get sleep when I can, So, the bottom line is today was grueling for me, but I don't regret it because it wasn't like, I'm glad I didn't slam my head on the wooden stairs for sure. But the emotions that I released needed to be released. And that's exhausting, but it's good, ultimately. And, even my therapist was kind of like, well, what would you tell, like, use your education background, like, what would you say? And I was like, well, I would say to take a day off, but I can't do that, So, this is the next best thing, basically, is working with her to empower her and also support her, truly. And then same with me. Because it's important for anybody to get sleep, and I understand that, but it is absolutely vital. My body needs to heal, truly, and so I need sleep. So, and then when I almost fell, or when I caught myself, but I got hurt, but it could have been much worse, I knew that was a wake-up call, because I've fallen before, you know? I just got too much on my shoulders. It's not too much if I get sleep. But really, it's not even so much about that. It's more about someone else unnecessarily, denying a very reasonable boundary of mine. I think that's really what it comes down to. So overall, it's more awareness, which I'm always grateful for in the end. And I'm proud of myself. We have leftover chili, so that's good. We can make the bread. I just have to make sure I don't burn myself. And then, yeah, it's basically that, and then bedtime, because I'm zonked. And, there could be a tornado tonight, and I have to be up, and I have to be in charge. So I've got to give myself the moments that I can, because I don't think people understand or don't believe me when I say I'm exhausted. I mean literally I'm tripping over myself. But that being said, I'm also reminding myself it's okay to be tired. Like, you're okay. You're not going to agree. You're not going to make any decisions tonight. That was a thing too, is my brain was like, well, we have to make all these decisions. It's not going to happen. I cannot. I mean, if I literally absolutely had to, then I would use the last remaining brain power possible, but I don't have to, so I'm not going to, because I have got to take stuff off my plate. And so, yeah, it's a big learning experience, and it's also just a reiteration of why my daughter has the bedtime that she has, and that I know what I'm doing. And so the people that are just trying to undermine and sabotage, it's like, I just have to remind myself I know what I'm doing, and I'm doing the right thing truly for her, so she doesn't suffer. So anyway, that being said, we're just gonna almost tell myself go in slow motion today for the rest of today, because the brain's yeah. I'm loopy now, which can be fun for short bursts. But it's not a goal in life, and ultimately I am really proud of myself that I released so much today, that I realized when I lay down that no, I don't need to be laying down in this moment. I need to express the anger. I need to move the energy, and that's what I did with the pillow. And then laying down on the floor, it's because I was doing crunches, and then I just tried to lay down, which I should be allowed to do, you know what I mean, and take some breaths, and then I just started crying. So I thought, okay, that needs to come out, and I know it's all purging. So ultimately it's all good, but yeah, it's grueling, but I do see how it's the path. And I was even listening to something today, this morning, about feeling to healing, and how to do that. And, the facts are that physical pain shows up as an expression of repressed emotions. So that's what's happening, is I'll get a really intense pain, and rather than just doing the, dead end of trying to numb it. I'm actually curious. Like everything I've ever found, I'm telling you, is like, this is how you do it. So I just remind myself that's what I'm doing. So the facts are, if for now I have to choose between these two, I would rather release the emotion naturally and then be tired temporarily afterwards than suffer with the physical pain because I'm trying to not feel the feeling, And I remind myself the pain and the suffering is from all the repression. It's not, your brain can lie to you and say, see, you don't want to do this. This is painful. It's like, no, this is releasing. Like I said, it's like throwing up. It's like it's like if you drank poison. What do they tell you to do? To drink that stuff to get it out of your system. It really is true, at least for me, and I see that. So, that being said, I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of tapping to kind of get myself somewhat awake. But yeah, this is what I'm at right now. I'm exhausted, and that's okay. I will always, as always, do whatever it actually takes, Like I will click into the adrenaline if I need to. Need to, though, not to prevent my daughter from seeing the effect of her actions, basically. And not like a blame, like I said, just literally that's how it works. So, anyway, I love you guys, and I think I thought of another regulating. Oh, yeah, rocking in the chair. Rocking is regulating as well. So, love you guys. Hope this helps.